that takes you to the camp website, which has a lot of comprehensive information on it. And we recommend showing students in the lead up to camp, just like we're going to be doing at school, the information at home, just so that they can get an idea of what they can expect. This is a sample. So here's a sample day at camp. So as you can see, as mentioned before, they will be leaving school at 9 o'clock on the Wednesday morning here. These dates, disregard the dates. That's from last year, the camp that we didn't get to go on. And arrival, including a stop for a quick break halfway there, arriving at approximately 11. Students will then have lunch on the first day, complete 2 activities. So it'll be a half day on the Wednesday. As you can see, it's a full day. That's this middle day on the Thursday, and then another half day on the Friday morning. So students will participate in approximately 8 activities altogether. And then after dinner on the Wednesday and Thursday night, there will actually be a nighttime activity as well. So last year there was a pajama disco and a games night run by the camp staff, which is lots of fun. So the accommodation, so students will be sleeping in cabins. Rooms will sleep 4 to 8 with ensuite bathrooms in each block. Students create a list of who they would like to be with, and teachers will work to ensure that each student in all of 2-3 has at least one friend from their list. As mentioned on the slide, teacher cabins are also going to be placed strategically around the accommodation section so that all students are supervised 24 hours a day. Just a quick little slide about the downtime as well. So as you can see on the sample of what a day at camp looks like, it's pretty busy. So doing lots of active activities. So there's also time throughout the day when we do have breaks or in between. There's sporting facilities and relaxing zones throughout the site. So for students to rest and rejuvenate as well. Okay, this is the layout of camp. So the food hall that students will visit with teachers for their 3 meals a day is located here, where you can see the knife and fork icon. And then if you can see, so this centre is the lake in the middle of the site. And it's only a 5-minute walk from where we'll have our 3 meals a day to where we will be staying. So where it says the accommodation over here, that's where we'll be staying. And then 3 times a day with teachers and in our activity groups, we'll be walking over to be eating here. And as you can see, there's plenty of bathrooms and amenities all over the campsite for students throughout the day. Okay, meals at camp. So we've got some photos throughout this as well, so you might see some familiar Newlands faces from the 2020 camp too. So you can see a sample menu there on the screen. This is just a sample menu, and we will be given our menu that we will be having closer to the date. However, so students will be having 3 meals a day, plus fresh fruit is provided during mini breaks to take to the activities. The camp was fantastic in 2020 at catering to all dietary requirements. And there's usually 3 options that students can choose from for their main menu, as well as students can help themselves during the buffet, for example, for lunch. So if they're having a sandwich for lunch that day, there'll be a big buffet section where they can choose which toppings as well. In the permission note and medical form, which is now live on Central, there will also be a option for a section where parents will put in dietary requirements, any particular requirements there as far as food, so that teachers in advance are well aware of any information we need to pass on to the camp regarding that. Okay, so the Newlands primary school staff attending this year. So as you can see on your screen, all members of the 2-3 teaching team this year are attending, as well as Graham and Luke. So there will be a minimum of 9, depending on, so there's a ratio at camps where there's 1 staff member to 10 students. So depending on, we've got 110 students in the 2-3 learning environment this year. So depending on when we have an idea of how many students are attending, we will be able to get the final numbers on that, but we can say that all of the 2-3 team, as well as Graham and Luke, will be there in attendance, joining in on the fun activities. Okay, we've got a couple of frequently asked questions here. Again, just encouraging people, in case you missed it at the beginning of the meeting, or for those people that have just joined in, please, if you've got any questions throughout or at the end, post them in the chat so that we can compile them to create a frequently asked questions document that's going to be sent out through Central and the newsletter. But just some quick ones, as you can see on your screen here. So students go to bed at 8 p.m. Times may vary very slightly according to the evening's activities. And dinner is between 5 and 6 p.m. And then, as mentioned before, students on the Wednesday and Thursday night will then participate in a nighttime activity run by the camp leaders. Okay, siblings placed into separate groups and cabins where possible, unless requested from the family. No technology, we're off the grid, we're camping, we would hate for anything to be lost. So if students would like to bring a camera, they may, however, strictly no iPads or anything like that. All of the action at camp can be followed on Seesaw. So that's going to be a great resource. Seesaw is going to be used a lot that week. All of the teachers will be taking photos and videos during the day of the activity group. So there will be 1 Newlands Primary School staff per activity group. There's approximately going to be about 10 students per activity group. They won't be in class groups or anything. They'll, as mentioned before, they'll request a friend that they would like to be with, and at least one of their friends will be in their activity group. But this is a fantastic opportunity for students to get to know for the grade 2s to get to know the grade 3s and vice versa, and students that they may not get to see too much of at school because they're in different home groups. But yes, everything will be on Seesaw. A detailed camp list is also going to be provided by the camp so that you will know what to pack for your child. Again, the activities, as I mentioned on the activity slide sheet, they were just some of the options that we may be participating in. What happens is that we give preferences to the PGL camp staff at Campaspe Downs, and then they take into account the age range, so grade 2-3 students, and as we will be there in winter, so they take into account as well the weather and season that we're going in to then, based on our preferences, come up with the specific activities we'll be doing. So you'll find out lots more detailed information of what to pack when we get closer to the date. And again, if there's any emergency, a contact number will be provided for you to ring. Okay, and this is just a quick snippet of something that we'll be distributing closer to the date. Okay. So what are the benefits of the grade 2-3 camp? So for our grade 3s, this is an opportunity to participate in a camp for the first time, or for both of our 2-3s actually. So next year, when the grade 3s are in 4-5-6, they'll be going on a 5-day camp like we do at Newlands every year. So it's a great transition for students to go on a shorter camp as they progress to becoming more independent students in 4-6. And for our grade 2s, this is a fantastic opportunity for students to have a unique team building experience outside of the school environment. Camp provides so many authentic opportunities for students to apply our Newlands Keystones of Values in real life tasks. And I can vouch for the fact that in 2020, in our classes, a lot of the teachers that year were saying that they really just saw students' resilience developing over that week, leadership skills, and even a lot of new friendships were formed at camp and brought back to school, which was really fantastic to see the collaboration work that we do at school every day being applied in an outdoor learning environment. So, and challenging themselves within a supportive environment at school. Okay, and so permission note, medical form and payment is all via Central. There will be nothing sent home. We will let you know if there was closer to the date. As mentioned before, a packing list should be the only thing that's really sent home as far as a hard copy note. So everything will be via Central. I've got 2 screenshots there of what it will look like through your Central app. We do request that if your child is not attending camp this year and they'll just be coming to school that week, but not to the camp, that on Central you do actually click this where you can see the red I deny permission. So that lets us know exactly who we need to chase up with regards to permission so that we can give the camp in advance, because as you can appreciate, there's quite a lot for the camp staff to organise based on numbers, so we need specific numbers. So please, if your child is not attending, that you do click on that I deny permission. For everyone else, if your child is attending, that's the green, I grant permission. And as you can see on your screen, that is also an opportunity for you to make any amendments to medical conditions, medical details not currently on Central. And another screenshot of what the payment system will look like. So the key dates to remember. So Friday the 3rd of June is the permission note and your $100 deposit. So that's a non-refundable deposit. Again, all through Central. So that is the final date that we need permission notes and deposits by. And then, as you can see here, Friday the 15th of July will be the remaining cost due. So the remaining $235, the camp is $335 altogether. Okay. And just on that, it says this in our permission slip as well on Central, but if anyone is requiring a payment plan or any extra information regarding payment, please come and speak to our friendly office staff as soon as possible. So that pretty much wraps us up for the information session. So as mentioned here, please do get in touch with any questions or wonderings, concerns that you or your child has and has been voicing at home about camp. So if you come and see any of the 2-3 teachers, come and see myself or any of the 2-3 teachers, or Luke and Graham, they've been to camp a number of times as well. We'll be able to answer all of your questions. Again, we'll have got a few more minutes now for people to post questions in the chat. And then those are going to all be compiled, and a frequently asked questions form will be made and distributed to families as soon as possible. Or if questions do pop up later than that, just get in touch with one of your child's teachers via Central. And sorry?
We'll get the slide deck.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You will get the slide deck. Thank you. I'm sorry. Sorry, I've just got my helper here, Graham, just reading out some of the questions because I can't see them as I'm sharing my screen. At this stage, parent helpers are not required due to the camp being all run by the camp outdoor educators, the camp staff, as well as, the 9 staff from the minimum of 9 staff from Newlands attending. If your child was feeling quite anxious in the lead up to coming to camp, that's something that we can definitely, you can organise a time to meet with your child's teacher and discuss this further. But no, currently, unfortunately, as it's not just a day excursion, as it is an overnight camp, we are not bringing parent helpers as per the Campaspe Downs policy that they've told us. Is there any other questions there that we can see, Graham?
Someone just asking you about the dates again. Would you like to just go back to the dates page?
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. So key dates to remember. So Friday, the 3rd of June. So that's when the permission note and your $100 deposit, the non-refundable deposit, is due. The remaining balance is just over a month later. So the 15th of July.
What dates are we going on?
Oh, sorry. Dates we are attending. We will be, let me just get back to the slide. So departing from school, the buses will depart at 9 a.m. prompt. Wednesday, the 10th of August. Students need to arrive at school by 8:15 a.m. and coming back, we will be back at school by 3:30 for pickup, Friday, the 12th of August. So 2 nights, 3 days in week 5 of term 3.
The permission slips are now live and active, so parents can go through and do that now if they wish.
Fantastic. So while all of this information is fresh in your brains, Graham's just informed me that the permission slips are now live on Central. So you will be able to access that straight away to fill out the permission slips, medical forms, and the payment.
Do 1 more minute and we'll...
Yeah, absolutely. If there's any other quick questions that we can answer now before compiling the frequently asked questions list, please put them in the chat.